Well, welcome to Les Deux Alpes in France, where I can tell you it's a very pleasant 25 degrees in town. So very cooling considering the heat wave we're having across Europe. And up on the glacier here, where there's some summer skiing, it's about half that. So nice and cool up on the glacier here in Les Deux Alpes. And that's, well, the primary reason I've come here. But there's a whole host of other activities you can do in the mountains in the summer, but a bit more of those later. Up to, well over 2,000 people a day ski on the glacier here in the July and August period. And they're certainly all out today enjoying the cool weather we've got here on the glacier. That sadly means it's a bit slushy. It's actually slushy even first thing in the morning, because the freezing level is at about 4,000 meters at the moment in the Alps, so it doesn't really even freeze much overnight. So a bit slushy, and then well, you can continue skiing here till round about lunchtime. And well, there's got a lot of race teams here going through the gate, so the conditions normally very good because of the icy snow, so they get some good training in over the summer months. And Les Deux Alpes also very well known for its fun park. A big half pipe here, and there's a number of kickers and jumps, and a lot of freestylers come here in the summer to keep training and to keep practicing their various skills. There's also people having ski lessons, perfecting their technique here, and a number of people here, some guys in sit skis, they're here enjoying the wonderful summer conditions up here on the glacier. There's also quite a lot of building work going on. 10 million euros is being spent redesigning this slope here. They're putting in a blue run that's going to go down to the village, which is going to hopefully ease one of the age-old problems of Les Deux Alpes. Is really the only run back down to the village are very difficult ones, or there's a long green path that gets very busy. So a lot of work going on here to put in this blue run for next season, which well, it opens in December. And there's about 60 people working full-time on this. It's taken 2 years to complete, so big project going on here at Les Deux Alpes, and yeah, I'm looking forward to skiing it next winter and seeing what a big difference it'll make to the resort. And of course here in Les Deux Alpes, mountain biking is one of the most popular summer sports here. They actually took up mountain biking here many years ago, one of the forerunners, and they're well ahead of the game here with a lot of competitions going on, and it's one of the great meccas for mountain biking in the Alps. It's got a lot of very steep terrain, which is what attracts people, and there's also a lot of sort of fun parks here, and it's very developed, the mountain biking in the summer. Just in case you're wondering, you don't actually have to cycle uphill to get to the top of the mountain. You simply get on the lift here. They put special adapters on the back so you can slot your bike in, and there's help on hand if you need it. Then it's just a question of, well, going up the mountain, sitting back and taking in the views while your bike is behind you. Another popular activity in the summer is parapenting. Again, another good place to do it. You actually take off and land at the same place here. I was going to be doing it this afternoon, but sadly the winds got up, so I haven't been able to, which is a bit of a shame. I have though done it here before, and it comes thoroughly recommended. You need a little bit of a head for heights, but once you get up there, you really don't think about what's below you. You just look at the views and enjoy the experience. There are also some good hiking trails. This is the trail down to Venosk in the valley. It's quite steep in places, but some beautiful views across the Écrins National Park here. Absolutely stunning. The reason we're going down to Venosk? This really is one of my favourite activities you can do in the summer in the mountains, whitewater rafting. We're on the River Venon, which is actually very good at this time of year. The recent warm weather, well, it may not be quite so good for the glacier skiing, but it's very good for whitewater rafting, because a lot of the snow up top is melting, and that means the river level is rising and there's a lot more water coming through. The guide on the boat here tells me these are some of the best conditions he's seen in recent years, because there was also heavy rain here a couple of weeks ago, so the conditions for whitewater rafting are absolutely superb. We were lucky enough to stop off and cool down here, which again, beautiful way to take away the summer heat that's currently across the Alps and pretty much the rest of Europe. Yeah, well, the only bad thing about whitewater rafting, as far as I'm concerned, is it comes to an end. But thoroughly recommended, and it's a good spot in the Alps for doing it, certainly. Now, a lot of my friends sometimes wonder why I like coming to the Alps in the summer and not head to a beach. Well, I have a pretty sort of cliched answer, really. There are beaches in the Alps, and this is one of them. It's a man-made lake, and that's Alpe d'Huez actually in the distance there. You can see the snowy peaks in the distance. That's another ski resort. And the beaches here, well, fantastic, really. It's made of sand, though it's a little bit sort of stony, but you can sunbathe here just as you can if you're lying by the Mediterranean or in the Caribbean. And, well, part of the beach is also made of grass, so you can lie in the grass and not get sand all over yourself while you're sunbathing. You can cool down in the streams that flow into the lake here as well, which is very refreshing, or cool down in a different way. And of course the views are absolutely stunning from these beaches in the mountains. I'm back to the Alps later in the summer, not entirely sure where I'm going to be going, but definitely going to be coming back to the Alps a few times over the summer. All I know is that I'm in Cornwall next week, hopefully doing a bit of surfing, but the Alps will be back on my agenda for this summer. This is James Cove in Les Deux Alpes in France.